This isn't just a football club, it is a democracy. Schalke 04 is owned by its fans, nearly 200,000 members who pay to keep the heart of the club beating. In 2018, they were runners-up in Germany, playing in the Champions League, believing their club was in safe hands. They were wrong. The people hired to run the club betrayed the people who own it. While fans paid their dues, management let a golden generation of talent leave for nothing. Matip, Goretzka, Nubel, assets worth over 100 million, walked out for free. The board replaced them with expensive failures, piling up to 200 million euros in debt, while the fans could only watch in horror. Then came the inevitable crash. In 2021, the giant fell, relegated. They bounced back only to be relegated again. The yo-yo years didn't just hurt pride, they drained the bank accounts. Today, Schalke fights for its life in the second division. But here is the real tragedy. The fans didn't leave. In fact, the membership has grown. The fans are now buying stadium shares and fundraising just to save the club from bankruptcy. The managers destroyed the finances, and now the working class owners are paying the price to keep the lights on. Schalke 04 provides a harsh reality. It only takes a few bad employees to bring an entire empire to its knees. But this isn't the end of the story. Schalke was born in the coal mines. They know how to dig themselves out of the dark. It might take years, but the giant will wake up. The Veltins arena will roar again, because billions can walk away when money runs out, but a club owned by the people lives forever. So then, welcome to Gelsenkirchen, home of FC Schalke 04, founded in 1904, and here are some stats. 62,271 capacity, 45,962 seated. They do not have a youth level at the moment, but they do have excellent youth facilities. Anyway, let's go into the club supporters. 43% or who are core, 17% family, 13 fair weather, 2 corporate, 13 casual, and 12% hardcore. 39,000 season ticket holders, 3,312 on the waiting list. This is a club that should not be in the Bundesliga 2. So, the home of Veltins Arena, what are our club visions? Gain automatic promotion from the Bundesliga, be competitive in the DFB Pokal, and work towards being self-sustainable. Which, in 2029/30, we need to become self-sustainable. So anyway, looking at the finances and looking at our debt, we are currently at £90 million in debt. Started off as, technically £139 million in debt, but 107 remaining of that, with £1.24 million per month paid every single month. So if we go on where am I going? Portal stages preview. We are second favourites, even to the title. We have a pretty good squad, including the likes, if we go in, of Loris Karius. Champions League finalist with Liverpool. Is 32 years old now, but is one of the highest earners at the club at 10k a week. And it's still decent. 16 101s, 16 reflexes, 16 jump and reach, 6'3" as well. Pretty decent. Anyway, if we go and sort by ability, Loris Karius is 4th on this list. Top of the list is Timo Becker, centre back. 6'3", definitely a dominant one in the box. Passing of 10, maybe not quite the ball playing centre back. At 28 with 11.5k, he is the highest earner at the club. And then our second one is Nikola Katic, who's from Bosnia and Herzegovina. 8.25k, 17 jump from reach, 6'4", 16 aggression, 18 bravery, 16 heading, 16 leadership, 17 work rate. He is just an absolute animal in the air. And third is another centre back, 6'2" as well, 16 aggression, 16 determination. Just look at that defensive partnership. We do have Loris Karius, and then a top striker, Musa Silla, who is wanted by Borussia Mönchengladbach and Udinese, but at 11.5k is one of the highest paid at the club. Pretty quick, probably more of a winger, but his goals will be the difference whether we return back to the Bundesliga or not. So anyway, a couple of these players, as you'll see, maybe not this one, he was at Plymouth last year, which kind of says the level for this. As you can see, they were in the Bundesliga 2 last year, so definitely a well-awaited club to go back into pre-season. Unfortunately, you do start really early into the season, so our fixture schedule, we already are 22nd of the 7th. We are literally going to be playing our first pre-season game, as we literally started the save literally a week ago. AA Ghent from Belgium, Club Brugge from Belgium, and then Slavia Prague from Prague. We also have Thomas Callas, former Bristol City and Chelsea player, along with former Middlesbrough, Vitesse, and Sigma Olomouc. It's going to be a save where we definitely have a bit of an older squad, but if we get sort by potential, we just have loads of good players. Where's this left back? This guy was in the Schalke second team. Just look at this guy for 20 years old. He is 3 stars current ability as well. 16 long throws as well. 5'10", decent pace, absolutely awesome. Along with a couple more. Another centre back, Felipe Sanchez, who's 6 foot Argentinian. I think they brought him in for £1 million recently. A Tongo winger, 19-year-old Zaid Shabara. I'm not sure. I've seen many Togo players. Another 6-footer, so definitely a good little player to have. And then Johannes Siebeking is another youth prospect goalkeeper, 6'5" with 17 jumping reach. Is exactly what we want from our goalkeepers. So anyway, let's get into this. I've put through some recruitment focuses, as I'll show the formation in a minute, but you'll probably see it. Left mid, right mid, centre mid, and striker. Always need a striker. But this is the formation that we're playing. Of course, it's Gegenpress, because that is Germany, the home of the Gegenpress. Complete forward with 2 wingers, channel midfielders. These roles can change, but defensive midfielder, more of a deep line playmaker or a breaker. 2 wing backs, and then ideally 2 ball playing centre backs with a ball playing goalkeeper. These are the team instructions. Just run through these quickly. Basically, a ball playing, high pressing system. Out possession, high press, high defensive line, counter press. Standard tackling, we are going to step up more and have a high defensive line. Trying to trap those into. We're going to leave the tackling off and we're going to be positive. Honestly, we're going to be better than a lot of the teams in this league, so we should be dominating. So onto the induction. We don't need to do any of that. There's a couple players in the squad. If I go on to selection info, there's a couple players that already want to leave. Ibrahim Cissé is leaving on a free transfer at the end of the season, along with Henning Matriasani, who I believe is our starting right back. Being 6'2", not sure he's a great right back with 8 crossing, but he's having an option also wanted by Kaiserslautern and Eintracht Braunschweig. Another player who is wanting to go as well is Amin Yunus, who is probably our best winger, but 31 years old on 5k a week. He's one of our better players, but at 31 is not really the quality we're going to want in the future, so I'm not exactly over the moon about his what's the word? His departure, but we'll really do it. We're trying to come up with a lot of these supporter culture and expectations, so we're going to try and do these as much as possible. The way Schalke have a fan base known for building a very loyal and extremely passionate and support their team. Moderate level of influence on the board and for the collective views could have some impact on the board's decision. So we want to develop players through the club's youth system. We definitely want that youth grade getting higher in the future. Signing German players, I think that's just a German thing. Be competitive against Borussia Dortmund, who are our main rivals. Get the better of our rivals, Ross, Wien, Essen, if we happen to play against them, and then gain automatic promotion to the Bundesliga. So anyway, on match day 1, we have Hertha Berlin. Are they the team that we are gonna... Yes. So, that's a little bit spicy. First game of the season, we have a team like that. Also, Fallen Giant, Dynamo Dresden. I don't know if Fallen Giant said that, but definitely a good team, apparently. I've heard good things. I've not really done a German save before. Nice to see one that isn't Bayern Munich or Dortmund or RB Leipzig, but I don't actually know who else is in the Bundesliga. Bayer Leverkusen, of course. Gladbach, Wolfsburg. Some very good teams. Cologne as well. Mainz. St. Pauli. There's a lot of good teams in the Bundesliga. Who's coming down? Hamburg and Cologne. I'm going to pronounce a lot of these wrong. If you are German and watching this, you're going to absolutely hate me by the end of this. But anyway, yeah, let's get towards this season and meet the players. Decided to just set it up because I just don't want you to see all the pieces that we don't want to do. Already got, so skip for all this. I'm pretty happy for anyone to leave. I have said that. Budgets can be fine. Promotion odds, we are second favourite at evens. I'm not a betting person, so I don't really know what that means. I've set up all the responsibilities, so my director of football and technical director will be hiring and getting rid of staff at points. Emil Højlund. That's Rasmus Højlund's brother, isn't it? How do I check? It is Rasmus Højlund's brother. That's cool. Hopefully we can get him scoring a little bit more than Rasmus Højlund did for Manchester United. Anyway, 4-2 win over Genk in the first one. Yunus, Rumba, Gumis and Ayan scoring in that one. Nice to see Loris Karius getting a 6.5. Maybe. Hopefully we can get some more of the performances that made Liverpool buy him, not the ones that made them lose the Champions League final. Anyway, a couple scouting reports coming back. Not going to look at them too much in today's episode. We're going to play our first 2 games of the Bundesliga 2 season. Inductions fine. Who are you? Who's the right back we was on about? Maybe we go 60 and then that, because honestly he's already leaving. Maybe we get towards 100k, put that towards like 15. How's that? Perfect. Honestly, 100k or 8k off the wage budget as well for a player that probably not going to use. We have a lot of centre backs. Nice and decent Spanish winger. Not sure what the club will be like if we're just gonna sign Spanish players. Anyway, the budget 425k available, and then we have 13k in a wage budget. Probably need to get rid of a couple of players. On the contracts, there are quite a few at the end of the season, leaving Yunus, one of them, and a couple of other youngsters as well. Going to be learning the team along with you. So if you don't know any of the players, nor do I. Right, a couple of requirements, recommendations, we'll look at them after we played our first 2 games. When does the transfer window close, actually? That might be a good thing to check out before we just play the whole season. Cancel that quickly. Transfer window. Doesn't close until September. We have plenty of time. International break after that. Northern Ireland and Luxembourg have the German fixtures with a couple of under-21s as well. It's going to be perfectly fine. Who do we play? Our last game of the season is Brunswick. How's the games? Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. So a lot of weekend games, not too many midweek games, so we can keep a pretty similar squad. Anyway, let's actually get towards that first game so we can get something going. It's going to be against transfer blocked. What? Okay, fitness coach. Not sure what my staff are doing, but I would hope they had something like that sorted, but apparently not. Anyway, Hertha Berlin and then Kaiserslautern. Where are they supposed to finish in the league? 5th. Great. Easy start. Right. If we win these first 2 games, this will be a real test of how good we actually are. Anyway, we're just going to skip until the 31st. Indai, youth winger, out for 3 to 4 months. Not exactly great on our first couple of weeks in the job. Slavia Prague over this one, 3-2 win over Club Brugge, and hopefully we can get a win in this one. Captains are fine. I don't really know the squad. Whatever's current is fine, sure. 3-2 win over Club Brugge as well. Seems like we are winning games, still conceding goals a little bit, but I guess it is a little bit of a weirder formation. We have another assistant manager. I'm pretty sure we already have 2. Or we did have 2. Yeah, we do have 2. Have we signed another assistant manager? I mean, sure. There's another guy. Season ticket sales update. That'll be out. Especially perfect 39,000. Knocking that one out. Does club doesn't need a physio. Not really sure why my chairperson is knocking out hirings when our club doesn't really agree with it. But anyway, we'll take it. That's why we played the Slavia Prague. No, that's the Club Brugge one. I am not into it. It is 3:30 in the morning, so that does explain quite a bit. Expectations and promises. Good enough to go as champions. Nothing else to talk about. Probably should have done the code of conduct, but that doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, let's get into this. Right. Hertha Berlin on the first game this season. I do believe this is a license. I haven't downloaded any packs or anything like that. Perfectly. FIFA does well in an under-19 victory. Absolutely perfect for that. Right, I'm just going to skip towards the Hertha Berlin game because this is taking a little bit of a while. So then here we are, first game of the season. Don't really know who any of the players are, but we'll go through it. Loris Karius started goal. Definitely know who he is. Timo Becker starts at right back, 28 years old, 6'3". Definitely a tall team. Nikola Katic, who we talked about earlier, 6'4". Definitely not a problem in centre back. Hassan Kurakai, not even sure if that's how you pronounce him, starts at left centre back. Anton Donkel will start at left back. Decent little player, 16 long throws, 16 pace, 6'1". In midfield, we'll start with Sufjan Al-Fawzi. Not exactly the most German sounding name. Max Gruger, a little bit more German sounding name, a 20-year-old. Starting him in the defensive midfielder. Finn Parath, not really sure. I think he's a bit more of a utility player. Not sure he'll be our midfielder going forward, but decent player on that. Blonde hair matching me. Christian Gomis, the Senegalese right winger. On the left is Christopher Antwia. J is a Ghanaian. 16 pace, absolutely love that. And then Musa Silla. Couple of substitutes, not going to go through them too much. He's wanted by a couple of players. Who is he? That's the youngster I was on about. Felipe Sanchez on the bench. I think they signed him for £1 million. And then Emil Højbjerg is on the bench as well. Has got a little bit of a knock, but we've got quite a couple of players out with knocks. Harache can stay. Oh, it's at Amiens, so you can go to the under-19s at MFAs. So then Hertha Berlin, Bundesliga 2. Let's get this going. So he needs a squad number. 16 sounds good. And let's get into our first game of the season. Top 4 in our first 2 games, so hopefully we can get this done. I haven't really seen the licenses for Bundesliga 2. It's important now, it's full use of advantage of this one. Bundesliga 2, supported by Amazon. I think that's German Amazon. So I'll go through the pre-match stuff just because I haven't seen it. Bundesliga 2 table as well. That's nice because this little match day stuff doesn't do it. So as the players walk out, it's top of the league in the season preview against second. Schalke at home to Hertha Berlin in the stadium. The managers shake hands. Let's get kicked off. So then Kabelrick for BSC. We are in the blue and Hertha Berlin in the yellow. So then 15 minutes in, it looks like Hertha have settled the little bit better than we have. We do have the ball now though. This is a very counter-attacking tactic. Still on the ball. We do have quite a couple of pacey players. Silla back to Antwi. I'm just going to call him Antwi because I'm not pronouncing any of that. Silla, header just wide, 15 minutes in. And the second, Schalke missed the chance. So then, deep free kick, edge of the box, 35 minutes in. Reese to take a shot. Fabian Reese scores. That shot was very central. I think Loris Karius should have done better. Decent free kick. I love to watch a decent free kick, but not exactly proud of Loris Karius in that net. 54 minutes in, we have our first highlight, or do we? Kanakwi wins it back, but Becker does well and then just gives it back to Kanakwi. What are you doing, mate? Kanakwi into Reese. Already scored one. Bauernowick. Seems very Polish name, deflected. Own goal. 55 minutes in. Hertha Berlin have a 2-0 lead at our stadium. This is not exactly what I had in mind. 61 minutes in, Oscar Højlund is on, as long with Amuri. I forgot his name, the left winger. We also have Gomis Iron on the right hand side as well. Or maybe not, we don't yet. And we had Deji just before he goes off. Shot into the back of the net. We have lift off. Schalke have a goal back. Picks up the ball to the halfway line. 3 subs in the pipeline as well. Let's hopefully get that draw. Or, honestly, need to get in the habit of getting 3 points. Campbell, the least German name you've heard. Jensen, Campbell, Kabonowicz have done it well. We have quite a defensive central midfield at the moment. They all prefer playing DM, so that's decent. Donker to Yunus. That's the guy I forgot about. Shot, right-footed. Probably would have done better on his left foot. 76 minutes in, still 2-1. Time on the first day in Gelsenkirchen. Schalke 1, Hertha Berlin 2. As you can see by the stats, they just had a better chance with their shots. I mean, they didn't have Loris Karius in goal for that first goal. Anyway, we did beat them on XG, beat them on possession, beat them on shots, beat them on corners. I mean, I don't know what that means, but they beat us on points. Anyway, if that's how close it's going to be against the top of the league, maybe we are not having the worst result. I guess we just need a little bit of team cohesion. So, second game away at Kaiserslautern. Not even sure whether that's pronounced that. Changed the roles a little bit. A couple of the players just having that out of position as just as a centre forward, and the same for wingers. Just to get them used to the position as well. A couple of these centre backs were no nonsense centre backs, which is not exactly what we want to have. Hopefully Loris Karius has a better game, or Hurricane can definitely come in for him. But anyway, same start 11 and bench. Mostly there is an injury to one of our centre backs. I think it's this one, the Turkish. Maybe not. Anyway, it's one of the centre backs. Thomas Callas is out for 4 to 5 months, but that was before we started. So anyway, Kaiserslautern away from home, 1 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday, which is a little bit weird for me as someone from England, but hopefully we can get a better result in this one. We are favourites for this one, as we should be for most of the games in the league. Hopefully, with a team that will be battling for us for them promotion spots, we definitely want to get off to a good start. Didn't start off well with that game in the last game, but starting with this one, Silla in behind, back to Donko, as we are in the blue as well. Gomez to the back post, header. Probably should have done better with that one. 16 minutes in, doing the ball back through Silla to Gruja to Gomez. Becker to Gruja. Nice to see where a little bit of patient play. Silla comes deep though, back to Silla. Not sure he can do it all his own. Anthony Adji has been definitely lively when you come back from that shot. Look, just over the bar, 16 minutes in. We are the better side, but yet to really get a shot on target. But we can get a shot on target here. Deep free kick on the left hand side. Gruja to take. It's in the rain because of course it's football manager off the post. Knocked away by the 5 at the back that Kaiserslautern are playing today. Over to Klein Hansel. A couple of these names are going to be definitely a little bit difficult to pronounce. So then, deep free kick on the right hand side for Kaiserslautern. Search to take it. Can he search for a player in the edge of the box for them? Or shoot. Karras does a little bit better in this one. Tips over the crossbar. Or was it already over the crossbar? Anyway, nice to see a free kick from Loris Karius that doesn't go in. Talking about Loris Karius, a little bit of sweeper keeping. Not sure he's the most used to that, but I'm sure at 32 years old, definitely wants to learn. Nice to see one of our centre backs with such high aggression has already got a yellow card. Becker in behind. Can he have a shot? He does have a shot. A little bit tame though. Kroll in the Kaiserslautern goal. Saves that pretty tame attempt. Looks like they're going to counter-attack us. Nice to see that we're winning our headers. So then, corner just before half time. Search, who did take the free kick. Cross ball in. Knocked in for Jolly. Karius, a little bit nervy. That wasn't on target. Just before half time. I do believe that is now half time. Kaiserslautern 0, Schalke 0. Yet to score in today's season, but the fans don't lose faith. The players just couldn't give a damn. Anyway, as Fortuna does score a goal, we search for our goal. 75 minutes in, still nil in this one. Second half has been a little bit more quiet than the first half. Hassan Karaguay taking his time with the free kick. We do need to get things going on a little bit. Nice, would be actually nice to get 3 points in. Slit is behind, has a shot off the post. We've hit the post twice. One in the last game, one in this game, and I think we just need a little bit of luck. As soon as we get one, we're going to absolutely open the floodgates. Not so lucky so far though. Gomez, back to Katic, to Kurikai, to Finn Parath, Kurikai, Dunker, has Antwi on the left-hand side, has been one of our brightest players. Parath, right-footed shot. I think we had exactly the same shot in the last game and exactly the same result. It's not on target. Who's that injured? Becker. Right. Gantabine. Who are you? Swedish international. That's not exactly a convincing one. We just have a red injury. Straight from nothing else, but I thought this game was going to be another 0-0. I say 0-0. Keeping clean sheets is decent, but keeping clean sheets and 0-0 draws isn't going to get us back to the Bundesliga. Maybe a late goal for Kaiserslautern won't do us the world of good either. Headed away. Silla on the counter-attack. Not really sure who that was from. We do win it back though. Antuaji, who has been our best player so far. Can he get a goal? Going a little bit wide. Crossfield ball into Silla. Oh my god. Silla. That might be an own goal, but that might be the goal that kicks us off. Kim Jung-soo with the own goal, but that is the goal. Kaiserslautern 0, Schalke 1. Right. Let's get into the end. Where does that leave us in the league table? Honestly, I should not be thinking about the league table after 2 games. But that is just the way it goes. So, 8th in the league at the moment. Injury for him. 2 weeks, really. He'll be fine. So, anyway, we do have our DFB Pokal game next against Turkish Munchen. Seems like Turkish, German. I mean, you can play that player in Altosen. Probably pretty accurate. Semi-professional side, so probably should be winning that one. But that is for another episode. It is currently 4 a.m. and that is the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed up to this point and you are excited for this Schalke rebuild, make sure you hit the like button. Check out the playlist if you are going to miss any episodes in the future, or just to make sure, hit subscribe and the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos. But anyway, that is the end of today's video. I am sweating buckets for 4 a.m. This really shouldn't be happening. But anyway, that is the end of today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and let's bring Schalke back to glory.